Welcome to On Main Street with Rick Amato. And now we're going to focus on personal finance, some of the main things that all of us should be looking at and perhaps are not. Joining me at this time from Houston, Texas, is certified financial planner. She specializes in working with small business owners and CPAs. Let's welcome, I hope I pronounce this last name properly, Anna Dashkevich. How you doing, Anna?
Very good. Thank you so much, Rick, for this opportunity to be here. Very
Good to have
excited.
you. Good to have you with us. Now, what I really am impressed about with you, Anna, is that you started an educational video series on YouTube, and it's a lot of good information on there. My leadoff question is, what inspired you to start this educational video series?
Well, great question. First, I would say my clients is my biggest inspiration. I always loved the money topic. Working with families for over 20 plus years taught me a few things. One is no money situation is alike. Our investor DNA is all different, and we all have different upbringing, income, other factors, but every client brings their own perspective and their own history. So definition of the financial success varies a lot. For some of us, it's buying a shiny convertible, or for others, it's just being financially independent, living debt free. So I wanted to create a resource for everyone, regardless of age, income, occupation, just to simply be better with money. And people nowadays, they don't have 6, 8 hours to go and attend a workshop or
Mhm.
an educational seminar. But hopefully we all have a minute or two to go, just go through the video and see what's out there, what topics would be close to their heart. And that's how I feel creating 1 minute weekly money ideas would make a lot of sense.
There's a lot that you said there that is very powerful and makes a lot of sense of itself. Not to copy the phrase you just used, and and like you said, financial success means different things to different people, and financial approach or financial mentality really is different upon different people because of their how they were raised and their upbringing. And you probably see that day to day, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, no families are alike. And there's some similarities. We all want to retire earlier. We all want to live financially independent and buy great things, go on vacation. But everybody's goals are different.
Yeah. Here's the question that's on my mind, Anna. What is the one big mistake that you see people doing all the time with their money?
It's almost impossible to single out one thing. But if I have to, I would say people focus too much on investment performance.
Hmm.
People reach out and say, can you outperform the market? No, I can't. And if anyone tells you they can, I would say run fast. Why? Because it's almost impossible. People go to, like, all those financial analysts, they go to Harvard, they're getting their chart of financial analyst designations. They all fish in the same pond. They select companies. So yes, some of them are more successful, but it's the history of the performance that what makes more sense. So people try to focus too much on financial on market performance, and they forget about things like protecting their family and also diversifying their assets, because no financial manager can outperform year after year after year after year. But what I see is that we all, even happily married couples, have a chance, 50-50 chance to get a divorce. We all are mortal. At some point, we die. So, how can we protect our income? How can we protect our life? How can we make legacy, create legacy for our family? That's what I see one of the biggest mistakes, that people don't focus on those protection and creating a legacy for their family.
Wow. That's a powerful statement. Uh, what what advice might you have for those people that have their priorities misplaced?
I would say have an honest conversation with your spouse. Have a, I call it a honey money date with your significant other. Talk about things like what is our next big purchase? Are we going on vacation? How are we planning for that? What if we get divorced? Or what if we, usually people don't talk about it, but what if one of us cannot go to work and we still have this big mortgage to pay? What is the plan? Performance matters a lot, especially during accumulation years. Like when you're 20, 25, 30, 35, uh, market performance matters a lot. However, if you get sick at the age of 40 and you cannot work,
Yeah.
you don't have enough wealth that you accumulated. Unfortunately, it's just, very simple math. So talk to your spouse, talk to your partner. What is the plan and how we diversify our assets? I mean, do we have just investments, or we maybe have real estate? Maybe we're buying gold, silver. Diversification matters a lot as well.
Wow. Yeah, good information, Anna. And I think that a lot of people might say, well, I've heard diversification, yeah, but unless you're focused on it and reminded of it, it's easy to get off path. And it sounds like you're keeping your clients right on path.
That's my primary job. First of all, we just need to dream big. Um, we all have, most of us, we have a goal to maybe retire earlier at the age of 60, 65, or for some of us, 40, 45. How we can get there. And maybe that extra additional rental home makes more sense for some of us. Having more money in the saving account makes more sense. It really, we have to look at each individual person's goals and objectives, try to match our own investor DNA with the portfolio that we have, and then to dream big and reach out for those goals.
All right. Anna Dashkevich. I hope I'm pronouncing that
You
properly.
you got it. Yes, yes.
I thank you for joining us, and you'll be back again for our viewers out there. Anna will be as an official contributor here at the show, and she'll be joining us regularly with her expert insight. Any final comment? Not that you need to, but anything you'd like to add?
I guess I'm very looking forward to our next episode, and I would like to wish everyone have a great 4th of July. Happy birthday, the United States of America. We're all happy to be here. It's a great land of opportunities, and be safe and sound.
All right.
Thank you, Rick, for having me. Really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Back with more right after this.